The term spelling is used to describe the mechanics of language. And spelling, in the sense of casting or projecting forth a binding illusion, has been the chief activity of historical languages. Language is the mechanism of matter's spell, the means through which the spell is maintained from one generation to the next. Those who slumber beneath linguistic illusions limit themselves to the deficiencies, blind spots, and biases of a particular method of symbolism, which even at its best can convey no more consciousness than the consciousness of those who invented it. They imagine that without verbal, conceptual understanding, there can be no understanding. Understanding can be symbolized, and to some extent conveyed, through words. But understanding itself requires language no more than a bird requires a cage. Understanding comes only through experience. And for experience, there has never been, and never will be, a substitute. Instead of serving as a tool of your creative expression, to help you sculpt and mold sound and light into forms of beauty and grace, your Babylonian primate tongues have defined you, limited you, and kept you in the narrow definition prisons of the cultures that gave them birth. Belief systems are illusions of linguistically structured thought. They have been the means through which these guttural languages have limited your perception. They are cages created by words, imprisoning their makers. Even insights that accurately reflect reality cannot be preserved effectively by a belief system. The very attempt to hold on to the truth destroys its living nature. The same fruit cannot be both growing on the tree and preserved in a jar. It must be one or the other. The garden of living information that surrounds those who open their hearts in love is so prolific, its fruits so abundant, that there is no need for individual, organizational, or cultural preservation. The universe sustains visions and ideas that are in its interest. What you struggle to retain is not the truth. The truth is always with you. It could not be otherwise. Some of that truth you feel and recognize. Some may be still hidden from your eyes, to be revealed another day, another hour, when it is needed and not before. The truth that is portrayed in the words of human language is an external symbol of the truth that lives within you. It is an artifact, a key, designed to open the passageway that connects you with the living truth. The words that trigger comprehension are no longer important once comprehension is accessed. Below the level of linguistically centered thought, the life-giving current of truth flows continuously. The purpose of these accompanying words is to keep your mind occupied while these currents bring you a deeper perception. The phrases we use in these transmissions are designed as closely as possible around the living currents of truth that radiate from the consciousness that is now filling the thought fields of this world. These living currents of truth are pre-verbal. They are the reality of this communication. These words are but their symbolic representatives. As you read through these pages, meaning rises gradually beneath the level of your thought. As understanding surfaces from time to time and appears in your awareness, you achieve an insight. Each new insight becomes like a rung on a ladder, allowing the part of you it touches to awaken from the dormancy of ancient conditioning. With each new insight, you climb yet another rung, leaving behind another layer of illusion. Upward, away from a matter-bound view of the world, into the sunlit regions you rise, into a world where you know yourself as a reflection of the one who has come to these realms to be, and to be among the many. You do not need to study these transmissions, analyzing and categorizing them as human minds have done with our teachings in the past. One who camps upon the rungs of a ladder is as foolish as one who carries it along with him. You have only to allow these thoughts, as you encounter them, to trigger what changes they may in your own field of perception as you continue to move forward. Do not struggle for the kind of understanding that comes through effort. Intellectual effort has a place in mechanical disciplines but not in the reactivation of your spiritual perception. For that comes only when all efforts of the ego have ceased and you accept yourself, ground zero, just as you are. When you relax and accept yourself, comprehension rises unfailingly into your awareness. Like water surfacing in a spring, understanding appears. It seeks the surface of your thoughts. If you do not desensitize this surface with the oily impurities of self-doubt, or seal it off with some crust of ideological ice, understanding will be, there for you, a wellspring that will never run dry. Accept the understanding that emerges in response to the moments of your life. Do not strive for more comprehension than that which appears effortlessly. You will know what you need to know, and remember what you have forgotten. Let these transmissions wash over you like a gentle rain, our words splashing across the surface of your awareness, flowing over all that you are, rinsing away the soil of the night. There is no need to hold these thoughts. Let them flow, and with them will go the soiled stains of misassumption. The current of insight that flows through this material and into your awareness needs to continue its flow beyond you, outward and away again. It is a passing stream of consciousness, a light current of thought. If you are drawn toward its translation into human media, keep its purpose always in mind, to rekindle in others awareness of God, to bring others, by the most direct form of communication available, into awareness of the eternal being who lives in their hearts. The greatest healers who have ever walked this earth were great not because they healed large numbers of people, but because they healed the right person, the strategic other, in their lives who most required their love. If your communication reaches through to but one other person, you have succeeded. The transition to post-historic times will unfold without trauma, without fear or upheaval, and our goal will be accomplished in full. The translations of this eternal stream of consciousness into human languages are meant to last for only a short time. They are intermediary sparks, to bridge the illusory gap between human hearts and the heart of God.